So, if you're a Google One subscriber, you've probably logged in recently and noticed something pretty important is, well, missing. We're talking about the VPN. One day it was there, the next, poof, gone. Today, we're going to figure out what happened, why it actually matters, and most importantly, what you should do now. And no, you're not going crazy. You're not imagining things. That really simple, pretty effective VPN that was just part of your subscription, it's gone. And, it's pretty jarring when a security tool you actually rely on just vanishes overnight. So let's get to the bottom of this. The short answer? Google discontinued it. They've officially pulled the plug on the VPN for most of their Google One users. And that's left millions of people kind of scrambling, looking for a new way to stay protected online.
Okay, so this timeline tells a really surprising story. The VPN kicks off in late 2020 as a premium feature. Then, by early 2023, it rolls out to all subscribers. I mean, that sounds like a huge success, right? But then, bam, by June 2024, it's gone. The official reason from Google? Low usage, believe it or not. And that now leaves millions of us needing a brand new security plan. All right, let's break down what this shutdown actually means for you right now. Because honestly, the outcome is completely different depending on what kind of phone or computer you're using.
So for pretty much everyone, and I mean users on iOS, on Windows, even older Android devices, the Google One VPN service is just gone, kaput. But, and this is a big but, if you own a recent Google Pixel phone, you're in a very unique spot. This is where we hit a real fork in the road. First up, let's talk about the good news. If you've got a Pixel 7 or any of the newer models, you can relax. You actually don't need to go searching for a replacement. Google still has your back. It's just in a completely different way now.
And look, this is a really crucial difference. This is not the same service. The old VPN, that was a subscription app you downloaded. This new protection, it's a feature that's built right into the phone's hardware, all powered by Google's Tensor chip. It's totally integrated, there's no extra fee, and it just runs silently in the background. Think of it less like software you subscribe to and more like a feature of the hardware itself.
And turning it on, it could not be easier. You don't have to install a single thing. Just dive into your phone settings, head over to the network section, tap VPN by Google, and just flip the switch. That's literally it. You're secure. So what about everyone else? For the millions of people who were using this on other devices, the challenge now is to wade through this super crowded VPN market and find a replacement you can actually trust. And let's be real, this is not an easy task. You've suddenly lost a tool you knew how to use. A lot of the premium alternatives out there come with a way higher price tag, and they can be a pain to set up. There's also that real fear of being exposed while you're hunting for a new solution. And it really doesn't help that tons of how-to articles online are now completely out of date. But you know what? The search is absolutely worth it. As Stanford researcher Herb Lin puts it so simply, a VPN's job is to create a secure tunnel for your data. In today's world of public Wi-Fi and nonstop tracking, that kind of protection isn't a luxury. It's totally essential. Now, this whole problem gets even trickier for professionals and small businesses. A lot of them relied on this affordable tool for basic security. And for them, the needs are more complex, and frankly, the stakes are so much higher. Just think about the cost for a second. The Google One VPN was just a couple of bucks a month. Now, a small business looking for a similar enterprise-level solution is staring down a potential price hike of around 300%. For a small operation, that is a massive, massive jump in costs. And for businesses, it's not like one size fits all. A company in fintech, for example, is terrified of compliance failures, so they need something called a zero trust solution where nothing is trusted by default. An e-commerce store? Their nightmare is customer data getting stolen, so they need the strongest encryption possible. And with so many people working remotely, companies need endpoint security to lock down every single laptop connecting to their network, no matter whose Wi-Fi it's on. But this entire situation is software VPN getting swapped out for a hardware feature. It's not just a story about Google. It's actually a preview of a much, much bigger trend that's changing the game for all of our digital security. For years, we've all thought of security as an app we download, right? But the future is shifting under our feet. Security is moving away from being software and is getting baked right into the silicon, into the processor chips that power our devices. And there's a really good reason for this shift. Security that's built into the hardware is just more efficient. It runs silently without us even thinking about it. It's also way more secure because it's a lot harder for attackers to compromise a physical chip than it is a piece of software. It's exactly what lets Google's new Pixel VPN be so seamless. It's all managed by that dedicated security chip.
And all of this leaves us with a huge, critical question for the future. As our security tools become these invisible features of the hardware we buy, instead of visible apps that we choose to install, how do we actually control our own privacy? It's a fundamental shift, and it's one we're all going to have to think about.